Y'all, so I got a crush. And I'm gonna give y'all 3 hints and see if y'all can get it. First one is they can breathe. Oh my god, y'all gonna get it. They eat food. This one about to be a dead giveaway. Oh my god. They got ankles.
Hi, welcome to McDonald's. How may I help you? Hi, can I try the ice cream? No, the ice cream machine is broken. Oh, okay, can I get a large Coke then? The soda machine is also broken. Can I speak to the manager, please? The manager machine is broken too. So what am I supposed to get? You could get out.
One time I was in class when our teacher introduced the new student. Her name was Greta Grills. She walked into class wearing a hiking outfit and pitched a tent at her desk. Our teacher named Miss Boy Scout announced to the class that we will be going camping for the weekend. And Greta Grills started pissing in a flask to save it for the trip. We got on the bus and Greta sat on the aisle of the floor and started rubbing 2 sticks together to create a fire. We arrived at Yellowstone National Park and Greta ran off the bus and started pissing on the trees to mark her territory. The camp guide started teaching us all how to pitch our tents when we suddenly saw Greta in the distance tying ropes to a tree and abseiling down the cliff. I told Miss Boy Scout that Greta went over the edge, and Miss Boy Scout started shoving marshmallows up her ass and bending over the campfire in fear. We all ran over there to see Greta landing on the ground 100 meters below and then running into a cave. All the kids started screaming and Miss Boy Scout pulled the marshmallows out of her ass and shoved them in the kids' mouths to get them to stop. The camp guide started rushing us down the trail that leads to the cave and it was starting to get dark out. By the time we got to the ground it was pitch black out and freezing cold, and we could hear some disturbingly erotic sounds coming from inside the cave. We all ran to the cave to see Greta fisting herself to keep her fingers warm because they got frostbite. Miss Boy Scout said everyone should stay in the cave overnight because it's cold out, and that we should all take turns fisting Greta so we don't get frostbite. Miss Boy Scout volunteered to fist Greta first, and she started passing around Greta's piss flask because we forgot our water bottles at the top of the cliff. 20 minutes passed and Miss Boy Scout was still fisting Greta, and we suddenly heard a loud growl coming from deep inside the cave. A massive grizzly bear sprinted out violently and Greta Grills jumped up and yelled, "Get back everyone!" And she shoved her fist in the bear's mouth. The bear immediately calmed down because Greta's fisty hand reminded it of fish sticks, and it went back into its spot deep in the cave and fell asleep because of high cholesterol. We all ran out of there and got back on the bus and we all called her Grizzly Greta the whole way back.
I personally think parents are a different species, because whatever they are, it's not human. Like, I would be upstairs and my mum would be downstairs and she would scream my name so many times, and then I would say, "Yeah? Yeah?" Like so loud, and she wouldn't hear. And then I would say it like 6 more times to the point that I'm literally going downstairs saying like, "What?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm just checking on what you're doing." But then it would be 2 a.m. and I'm just calling my friends, barely making a sound, practically just breathing. And she's already halfway storming to my room telling me to shut up.
I will never, and I mean never, forget the time that we had a male sub in high school and a girl asked to go to the restroom and he said sure. So she grabbed something and he heard a rapper and he was like, "Oh, if you're gonna eat candy, you can do it in here, but you have to share with everyone in the class." And she was like, "What?" And he was like, "Well, I heard the rapper." And she whips out a tampon, shoves it in his face, and she goes, "You want to share?"
Right, that's it. I can't anymore with these stupid friend requests. Why can't the friend request come at the top of your screen, not covering the jump button? I absolutely hate it. I was just about to make it to the top of like 40 stages, and then I got a friend request. I accidentally pressed accept instead of jump, and then I fell! Thanks a lot, Unicorn Lover 568.
One day, I was at school. We were in science class and we were making explosions and shit. I was a bit of a rebel in school, so I decided to mix every ingredient I could find into one bowl. I then proceeded to heat it over a Bunsen burner. I now realize that was a bad mistake. It exploded all over the students. It made the school shake, caused an earthquake. Even my teacher, Mr. Bumcrack Shakalak, was covered head to toe in this creamy mess I had created.
So there used to be this girl in 3rd grade called Emma, and she was the biggest Norris Nut fan. Like, she would sing their songs non-stop like, "Girl, shut the fuck up already." She would wear Norris Nuts merch to school and yell that she was kawaii to the whole school. Yoo-woo. Anyways, one day me and my friend group were late to lunch, so the only seats available were the ones next to musty crusty Emma. Since we didn't know anything about her except that she had a Norris Nut obsession, I started talking about how Bubba got stepped on by Daddy Justin. Oh lord, it was a mistake. She started huffing and puffing and suddenly guinea pigs started dropping from the air. The whole school was panicking. It was surreal. Everyone got out of their seats and started running away from Emma. Emma started chasing us in slow motion while singing.
به خون جوانان همیهن خود آغشته